Boomers. What's up, boomers? What's up,
We
Boomer
have a
Nation?
Boomer Nation in the house. What's up?
Boomer Nation in the house. In fact, James is so boomer. The last time he bought that jersey, the last time the Kings were good. That's how boomer James is.
'03 baby. '02, '03 baby. You know how we do. Boomer
So
Nation.
close, so close, but they couldn't get past that Kobe
Ah,
that Kobe Shaq combo. What's
and
up, Pretty Ashley? What's up, Jeffrey
Pretty Ashley
Ramirez?
in the
How's it
house. What's
going?
up, Pretty Ashley?
In case you guys are new to Usapan Retro, this is a show where we talk about all things old school from video games. We talk about video games, comic books,
Music.
cartoons, movies, anything boomer related. This is the
Yes.
boomer nerd show for Kumu.
Yes.
Yeah. And speaking of the OG boomers on Kumu, you got Tito James and Tito Angelo right here for a special episode of sports games, the most hated genre of all retro game collectors, sports games. People
But
hate
my
this genre.
favorite. Most hated, but my favorite for sure. And we also have another boomer here. What's up, Krister? No, she's not a boomer.
Chris is not a boomer, dude.
She's so young. What's up, Krister?
Krister is not a boomer. Dude, okay, I think like we're definitely among the oldest in Kumu for sure, dude.
Especially
For
in the
sure.
future department. Yes, we are. Yes, we are in the future
Yeah.
department for sure.
So like we're so Tito, you don't even, you know what? How did a bunch of Titos start an app for Gen Z and millennial Filipinos? What's up with that, dude? How did
Yeah,
that happen?
I don't know how, but hey, it's I love it though. Our generation, trendsetters, Diba. So it's might as well that our group right here sets the trend for live streaming in the Philippines. So yeah, Yun Lang, we're older, but we stay hip, Diba. So it's all good.
Us boomers think we're hip. I know we're not hip. So
Yeah,
I'm like, you know what? I know I'm not cool, and I'm okay with it. I'm
we
totally
try
okay
our
with
best. We try our best. Fit
it.
in with you.
Cool. So, what's up, man? Any updates this week? You get any like, yo, how is it so quiet there? Dude, I got this crazy storm brewing outside here in Manila. Like, I don't know if you
Dude,
were on that call, Kanina, but that storm was like,
it sounded like Yolanda outside, man. Real talk, and it just right here. I just got done smoking a Yossi, and it was like freaking crazy outside too right now. So it is quiet in my house, but it's loud outside.
yeah, man. I mean, like, let's see. Normally, this is the time where I give my gaming updates, but I didn't
Yeah,
buy any games this week because we were like busy as hell this week
yeah,
working
yeah.
on like the new Spotlight feature. I can't wait till you guys see that.
hmm
There's a couple of revamps coming up for QMK, MTK. Can't wait till you guys see that. It's going to be looking really, really nice. What's up to all the newbies joining the streams?
What's up, new?
You
What's
got
up, Joel?
yeah. So all you level one mangoes, welcome to Kumu. I don't know why you clicked on the oldest people on Kumu. We are the Titos of Kumu. And Marami Salamat, thank you for the virtual gift. Thank you, Mike Casa. Salamat. All right, dude, man, let's get up into this episode, dude. All
Let's
right.
go. Let's get.
So if you guys haven't catched the show before, we're basically I'm a big giant nerd and I like to collect old video games because you can see I got the GameCube here, I got a Sega Saturn there, I got
Mhm.
like I just like old video games because like that's like when all these games came out, they made me really really happy. And so I've been collecting them, and I was always thinking about content for Kumu, and so I decided, you know what, dude, I'm gonna do my boomer video game show. Now James is also a gamer slash
Yeah,
boomer, but
yes.
he is a collector or a connoisseur of the most hated genre of video games for us collectors, which is the sports game.
Yes,
So
they sports games. They when you buy them used, they're the cheapest ones too. So
because it's old, man.
yeah.
Yo, what was your first system, man? Like, what was the first system you remember playing, dude?
Off top, it was Nintendo Entertainment System, 8-bit. Obviously, I dibble dabbled with Atari and family com system, but then it was always in my household. It was Nintendo Entertainment System. Yes.
So, what was your first sports game on the Nintendo?
Oh wow, the first sports game on Nintendo was the classic, not even Tecmo Bowl, it was 10-yard fight. So 10
Ten
yard
yard,
fight, 10-yard fight
yo,
football was the
dude,
first
ten
game
yard
I
fight
liked.
football. 10 yard fight football is tight. They have so many ROM hacks, right? So people
Uh,
took the original Nintendo code and then recoded it And then they made a new one called just came out. I was gonna post this on Usapan Retro. You'll follow our group page, Usapan Retro group page. Somebody made Al Bundy's 10-yard fight.
Oh, four touchdowns, poke high. Al Bundy, four touchdowns, poke high.
What was his post?
Yeah.
Was it the Heisman? Oh no, it was like
yeah, it was like just like
yeah. And
four touchdowns, poke high.
Yeah.
Shout out to poke high, married with children.
Yeah, poke high. So 10-yard fight. What? Okay. What else did you have? What else did you have on the NES, on the Nintendo?
Oh, of course. For another sports game, I consider wrestling sports. So I'm gonna go with the video game with that crazy green guy, Amazon Pro Wrestling. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, Amazon is tight. I remember that. Okay, I'm gonna get into my first sports game on NES.
Yeah.
Which I really liked because it was sort of a bootleg. It was made by a company called Tenjin. It was called RBI Baseball.
Oh yeah, of course.
RBI Baseball. That was my favorite, dude. And my favorite team was the OG Smash Brothers, OG Smash Brothers. Was Oakland, and you had McGuire and Canseco.
Yeah.
And every time you hit it with the bat, that thing went flying, dude.
Yeah, for sure. RBA Baseball is a classic right there. It's definitely an NES classic for sure.
So what else did you play? Were you a fan of like Arch Rivals?
Arch Rivals. I was a fan of Arch Rivals. Of course, I love Tecmo Ball and the classic, just regular Nintendo NES tennis, right? But I was a Tecmo Ball fan, and then later on, this is a retro game too that I love.
Ice hockey.
Oh, ice hockey was great. Hey, ice hockey was great. Yeah, ice hockey was great too.
What is that? Are you talking about this? Beach Hunter.
What's up?
How did you know I had that on deck, Beach Hunter? Ice hockey is one of my favorite games. Ice hockey is definitely one of my favorite games.
Yeah.
So this is a dope game. You know what? When I upload this on YouTube, I'm gonna add graphics on there. But ice hockey was dope.
Ice hockey was great, and the graphics was pretty. I like that because that cover right there. That's when Nintendo started using real people for their cover. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But who is this? I don't even know who that is. That's ice hockey model number 1.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is. It ain't no Wayne Gretzky. That ain't no Wayne Gretzky. Yeah. So so ice hockey. One of the only sports games I have on NES actual copy. But getting back to Arch Rivals, dude, Arch Rivals. You know what that reminds me of, dude? PBA in the 80s.
Arch cartoony. They're the cartoony like sequences, you know what I mean? So
they had the way you could try to punch somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like PBA in the 80s was rough, man. Like
for sure. That was the Jaworski days before the 90s hit with the import explosion. Another game, Angelo. It's a very hidden game in the Nintendo world, but it was called Base Wars, where robots were the baseball players. And I was hooked on that game too for when I was younger. That for sure is a retro baseball game. If anybody remembers that, it was called Base Wars for Nintendo. That was one of my favorite games too.
Oh wait, hey guys. So once in a while you'll see me shouting out people in the chat box of like Grace out here. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, this live stream is actually from Kumu app. Be sure to download Kumu app. It's for Filipinos, by Filipinos, but you don't have to be Filipino to enjoy the app. It's a fun app, dude. All right. So, Base Wars? I never played that game.
Yeah, Base Wars is called robot game. That's another Nintendo Entertainment System game I really loved and enjoyed. Man, there's like so many different ones out there, right?
You know what my other favorite game was on NES sports game? Man, you have to love this game, dude. Are you ready? Bam! Mike Tyson's Punch Out, yo.
Original Mike Tyson's Punch Out. All the ones they have now is with Little Mac only. That's Mike Tyson's Punch Out. That's the original copy right there.
Yeah, not the one with Mr. Dream. The one with Mike Tyson. This is
right there. That's like the classic right there with Flamingo and them. You know.
That was pre-Buster Douglas pre-Buster Douglas Mike Tyson knockout.
Yeah, that was championship.
That was like Michael Savage. Yeah.
Savage
back then.
That's the thing with a lot of our retro games is that we have Nintendo. Like, it's so iconic because there was no internet back in the day. So Mike Tyson. That's what you only saw certain images on TV and a video game, and that was pretty crazy back in the day. When if you're focused on any of the video games, and such as if we cross over to Sega Genesis, Angelo, if you want to do that now.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get to the Genesis. All right, let's do it.
If you go to Sega Genesis, that really exemplifies how the video games back in the day showed Pat Riley basketball. It showed Jordan versus Bird. It showed different players in like their own video game packaging. That's what I love about Genesis.
A lot of people don't know, but the first EA Sports, well, not the first EA Sports, but the first EA Sports like official license game was actually supposed to be a Madden, but what they ended up doing was getting Joe Montana for the cover, and they called it it was called Joe Montana Football. But that was supposed to be a Madden game originally.
Yeah, and speaking of that too, one of my favorite Genesis games. I'm a big football fan. I coached football before, and I'm a big football fan. And the first college football game series was called Bill Walsh College Football.
Genesis. I remember Bill Walsh. Yeah.
So and that was before it changed to NCAA, right? So it was called Bill Walsh College Football, and that was still one of the the yellow tab on the EA Sports games.
Yeah, the EA. Yeah.
The yellow tab. So that's what I loved about Genesis. That's very synonymous, with that. So and speaking of Genesis, I just love playing sports games on Genesis when I started playing Sega, right?
Yeah.
And I think that Sega really, really made me a sports video game fan.
No, that's pretty much what was like Sega's. That was like Sega's like marketing plan, right? They wanted to appeal to like the teenagers and the people that outgrew Nintendo.
Yeah.
And one of the things they did was they signed on like real sports athletes to like sports athletes, but also artists. Like Michael Jackson's Moonwalker was tight. Yeah. That was tight, dude. That was tight, dude. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Yes.
You guys don't know about Michael Jackson?
Yeah, he was. Hey, that was savage because the dudes were in red outfits too, and then it changed. Michael Jackson Moonwalker was an awesome game, bro.
Yeah, but that was a dope era. That was pre-Sonic Genesis, so that was like a dope era.
Yeah.
That was like when the only thing they had was like Altered Beast and sports games.
Yeah.
And so man, I wish I had more Genesis games on me to show, but I don't actually have all the Genesis sports games. But I remember my first one was I think was the original Madden. Was it 1990? I believe.
Yeah.
Well, and that one had like
John Madden was on the cover like this and shit. Like it was John Madden like.
Yeah, and then the best part was it didn't even have an NFL license, so it had none of the real teams.
Pittsburgh, that's it. No Steelers, just Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Los Angeles, right? And then you're just like, yo, go to Bo Jackson. Go to Bo Jackson.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you needed to do for what I mean?
The best part about that thing, you could always audible and do a Statue of Liberty play, and then you would always score a touchdown.
For sure. So, Angelo, for the 16-bit world, it really advanced the sports video game industry, in my opinion, pare.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, for sure.
So I think Sega Genesis led the way, right? And it also to note too, I stayed in Angelo's house one time, and he does have all the Sega games in one of those all for one type of console deals. And I played.
I got this guy right here, and it runs everything off an SD card. So I got every Genesis game ever made right here, guys.
So I played that. I played that, Angelo, and then what's up, Mike Unson? Hey, we got Kumu celebrity here. And we got Mike Unson, one of the newest featured on Kumu. We have Elite X in the house. What's up, fellas? What's up?
What up, everybody? And jump in the combo anytime, guys. Jump in and talk about your Genesis. Yeah.
So another thing too with Angelo's house, I actually played one of my favorite series in the Genesis line. It's the Mutant League series. So it's Mutant League football, Mutant League hockey, and that's pretty much it. And it's by EA Sports too. So that was I used to love playing those two games. So I those two games led me to Super Nintendo sports games when I really obviously I love Super Nintendo sports games too, but only for basketball. Really, that's it. I played football on Genesis, and I played basketball on Super Nintendo when it started coming out.
Yeah, Live 95 is tight, but I do like. Let me see, sports. I like Genesis was the best for sports because it only had three it only had 3 buttons, so it wasn't it wasn't too complex. It wasn't too complex, but but the game, yeah, like the Madden series was way better on Genesis than it was
For
on Super
sure.
Nintendo. And let me see what, yeah, basketball games were a little, yeah, basketball games they had the edge on Super Nintendo. What else? What else? Genesis had better NHL hockey. NHL hockey was
Oh,
way better on Genesis
off
with the
top,
fighting, with the
off
fighting,
top,
dude.
off top. So going back to the Genesis, right? So Genesis had hockey, had football, and had baseball games too. That was good. But for Super Nintendo, I'm a big basketball fan, and yes, I do remember Double Dribble on Family Computer. I played that at my cousin's house. But on NBA Live Series before that, it was I believe it was Bulls versus Lakers that came out first on Genesis. That was Bulls versus Blazers. So Bulls versus Blazers came out on Super Nintendo, and then after the year after that, then boom, here comes Lab 95. And
Yeah.
NBA Live 95 really was one of the best games I loved playing, because that really it paved the way. NBA Live 95 paved the way for what NBA basketball is today, right? And it was a real amazing game. And I used to beat Isaiah Ryder from the Minnesota Timberwolves because he was dunking and shit. You know what I mean? So I used to love that game.
No, that was NBA Jam.
That was NBA Jam.
Michael Wilson, that was NBA Jam.
That was NBA Jam. Yeah, and
the only
cold.
garbage. See, I have a garbage sports game here that I bought for 99 pesos.
Oh yeah,
NCAA
the one.
basketball. Yeah,
that wasn't the one right
guys.
there.
That wasn't the one. But okay, so but I do have a couple of Japanese imports, right?
Yeah, what you got? Let's see.
Magic Johnson Super Slam Dunk. Do you know about this game?
Oh.
Was this ever released in the?
No.
Released in the States? I don't remember.
No. That was never.
Magic
that
Johnson.
was never in the States.
Yeah,
that was never in the States.
This game came out in 1993. Magic Johnson. You know what? I'm gonna throw a video up of this later on because I've never played this game. It's still like still the wrapper, but I'll put the GIF up later on.
And Magic barely dunked, said Elite X. True. He had a couple dunks in the mid '80s. That was pretty much it. You know, he didn't dunk.
He was like the master of like the no look pass, right? He was like,
that was it. He should have done that. Yeah, Magic dunked. He dunked back in the '80s, you know, but not after '80. Like probably '87, he quit dunking. You know.
Yeah, once Jordan came out. Then I got another one that I also got to check out. It's from one of my favorite animes. Is Slam Dunk. You know the anime Slam Dunk.
Okay.
Yeah, they had a basketball game that came out too on the Famicom.
That's pretty tight. That's pretty tight. Yeah.
Yeah. And then but you know what was really good on really good on Super Nintendo, Super Famicom? Wrestling games, dude.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Wrestling games were the best. Yes, I think Super Nintendo definitely was a better platform for wrestling games. What are some of your favorites, man?
Yeah, list them down for your wrestling games, Super Nintendo games. What you got, y'all? What you guys have?
Yeah, Elite X. I know you up on this wrestling games, bro.
Yeah, I think I used to like what's called too, Angelo, like them RC games, RC racing. There's some good ones too.
RC Pro on Nintendo was tight, dude.
Yeah, that's a sports game in my opinion too. WWF Raw.
Yeah, I got WF Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Right here. Zelda's not a sports game. We'll talk about Zelda another episode.
Yeah.
Right now we're talking sports games.
It's awesome.
Let me see. So they got Super Nintendo was actually like all right, but then when the PlayStation came out, man.
Oh, that's a whole different thing, right? I mean, that's when it got serious.
3D graphics.
Yeah,
3D graphics came out.
Super Volleyball, yup, and even Super Dodgeball's up there too, where for retro games, for sports games.
Super Dodgeball. If you guys have a Nintendo Switch, get that account. Get the eShop Nintendo account. You got to play Super Dodgeball. One of the best games ever made.
For sure, bro. For sure. And what's the other game, Angelo? Before we go to PlayStation, right? Just let's mention what Michael Unsan said was NBA Jam. That was on Genesis and Super Nintendo.
I want to get that, dude. I've been trying to get that NBA Jam tourney. I've been wanting that game.
Yeah, and then you have to do the certain codes for the Bill Clinton and for the Al Gore.
Yeah, they had a whole bunch of hidden characters in that game.
So PlayStation coming out, Angelo, that basically took the reins. Like, all right, Genesis, I got it from here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I looked at it. You know, that's like because what's
There
after
were no dope. There were no dope games on the. There were no dope sports games on the Saturn, but what I can
none.
remember.
No. Sega Saturn, no.
32X. Wala din. Wala sa 32X.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Dreamcast.
PlayStation.
Dreamcast. That's a whole different.
We'll get to Dreamcast. Yeah, we'll get to Dreamcast.
That's a whole different. That's a whoa.
Because that era, like, let's see, the 32-bit era, we had N64. Garbage sports games on N64.
Yeah.
Nothing really that good.
For PlayStation 1, one of my favorite games, bro, was for me being an American football fan, was NFL Blitz. That was a pretty damn good game right there. You're so ugly. That. Oh, hey, Angelo, look at Angelo, look at the comment. You're so ugly. Yeah, yes, we got an ugly comment. I'm the ugly one. Yes, thank you I'm the ugly one. I love being ugly.
Wait, man. I'm stupid, dude. I had that. I should have brought that. I have it hidden here, but I do have NFL Blitz.
Oh, do you really? Yeah. So NFL Blitz is the NBA Jam.
Tell people about it. I'm gonna find it. Go tell people about it.
Yeah. So NFL Blitz is the NBA Jam of football, and that was a pretty fun game. It was a real fast game. It was pretty cool. And then also for PlayStation 1, one of the best sports games outside of the NBAs and footballs, I'm gonna consider a sports game is of course Grand Theft. Not Grand Theft, Gran Turismo. Woo! NFL Blitz on Nintendo.
NFL Blitz. Yes, on Nintendo 64. That's probably the only sports game I like on N64.
Yeah, I said Gran Turismo as far as for PlayStation 1 coming out. I was addicted to that.
I wasn't gonna go into racing games, but I got all the Gran Turismos back there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I got Gran Turismo.
I didn't see that at the house. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I got. Hold on. I'll pull them all out, man. Hold on. Let me look through this.
Pull up.
I got the first one you talked about.
Which was that one? Oh, Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto.
The bird's view. The bird's eye view.
Bird's eye view. Yeah. Gran Turismo. Oh no, I don't have it. Okay, I have it here though.
Which one's that one?
I got the PS2 version.
Yeah.
I got Gran Turismo 3 right there. So Gran Turismo 1 and 2. Yeah, man. Like I was more of a Ridge Racer type person. I like Ridge Racer. That's my speed of racing games. I like the arcadey ones where you could do the drifting and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you couldn't drift, I didn't get excited.
So what PlayStation did when PlayStation 1 came out, that's when it solidified the Madden lovers, right? In my opinion, right?
Yeah,
when our generation started graduating high school, going to college, and even us going into high school when PlayStation 1 came out. I think that's really solidified the John Madden football players, and even some of the NBA Live players as well started dropping over to PS level, so it's cool.
Yeah, I think like PS was like the PS1 was like a really weird era because it was like, transitioning games into 3D, right? So before, like when you were playing like Super Nintendo, all the games were kind of like this long isometric kind of thing, like
scroll. Yeah, scroll.
Yeah, and then then when you got to like the NBA Live 96, 97, 98, and the PS1 era, they started experimenting with the angles, but they couldn't get anybody to look right.
Yeah,
they look like Play-Doh, dude. They look like Play-Doh, and then they moved all wonky. That was like, so I mean that was the PlayStation era, but the era that really like defined modern sports games, I would have to say is
what you got?
Let me see where am I at. Here we go, dude.
Bam, 2K, freaking 2K, Sega 2K series.
This was a clear defining line. The 2K series I got right here, Randy Moss.
Oh yeah, you got them both, bro.
Yeah, I got 2K1, 2K, and 2K2.
That's tempting. That was
2K1.
That was the wake up call to EA Sports.
Yeah,
that's straight up.
Pretty much. Yeah, because pretty much like EA had to pay the NFL to give them the exclusive license to kill these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
but,
What else you got for Dreamcast? Because I could go on too with other sports titles for Dreamcast, right? I know you have virtual tennis.
What are we talking about?
Oh, hey, those.
What are we talking about here, dude?
Everybody, see that Allen Iverson one? That Allen Iverson one for NBA 2K? That's the first time you really did a clear-cut crossover dribble in any video game. Was that actual game right there? That's the first time you actually see somebody do a crossover on a real good crossover in a video game. Was that game right there? And that was like a couple years into Allen Iverson's career right there. So, dang.
Yeah. So everything. So none of the sports games were like real sports, except for the Madden series. But when these games came out, oh man. So what ended up happening? Do you know the history of 2K Sports?
Just on a surface level only.
All right. So basically, so when they were putting out because you remember we talked about briefly that Saturn didn't have any sports games.
Yeah.
And that pretty much like killed their North American market. When they were so when Sega was about to release the Dreamcast, they tried to get a deal done with EA, but EA wanted like a really super huge cut to put out sports on. They wanted like a really big cut to put out sports games on Dreamcast. And so what Sega did was they went and bought this studio called Visual Concepts, which basically they just created their own franchise, the 2K franchise. So basically, EA was being super madamot and being super madamot and created their biggest rival right here.
Yes. And then I played all those games right there, so that's awesome. I remember those like really, really throwback for me. And Dreamcast also, like I mentioned earlier, virtual tennis obviously really changed the game as far as competitive one-on-one gaming goes for a sports game.
I got a bootleg copy of it. But
still, nonetheless, that's one of my favorite one-on-one games was virtual tennis.
Yeah, really it was like Pong. It was like Pong next level.
Next level Pong for sure.
Because you could add some spin, English. You could hit over the top. That's definitely one of the greatest sports games ever made. Yeah.
And then with the Dreamcast, the trigger controllers were awesome.
Yeah.
That's what I loved about it. Like for playing certain games, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah. It had like a real. You had a real grip on it. I love the Dreamcast controller. Except for some games. Some games I'm kind of like, my thumbs get all like, I don't know why I'm doing this. But yeah, so that was the Dreamcast era.
Yeah.
That was right before. Basically, what killed the Dreamcast was the launch of the Xbox and the PS2, right?
For sure. That's
so that pretty much killed the Dreamcast right there.
Yeah.
So man, I should have brought out the systems, but like let's.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Hey, Kiki, what's up? What's up, Mary? So, Angelo, with the PS2 coming out, there's a lot of games that came out for PS2 that really solidified. At that time, still, since Dreamcast got killed by PS2 and Xbox One, it went back to the same old Madden, the same old NBA Live only.
That's when everybody got tired of collecting sports games because they just came out every year after that. Yeah. That's pretty much like EA and 2K were like, oh, what? So but 2K. So once 2K lost the NBA or the NFL franchise, right?
Yeah.
NBA 2K did the most gangster move in history. Do you remember what they did?
Well, I mean, I know they came back after they, to compete with NBA Live. That was pretty much it. What happened?
Dude, okay. So at the time, everyone was selling their sports games at $60, right?
Yeah.
NBA 2K5, they said, you know what? This is $20.
Oh.
That was the move right there. They were just like, you know what? We're going to lose money this year, but we know we have a better product than NBA Live. And they made NBA 2K. They made that $20. So they made it 1,000 pesos versus 3,000 pesos. And that's what got everybody switched over to playing NBA 2K.
Yes, true. I remember like what year was that, Angelo? I think it was
It was 05. It was NBA 2K5, I believe.
That's funny you said because on PlayStation 2, NBA Live 2004 when it came out 2003. You know how it goes a year ahead, right? So
yeah,
NBA Live 2004 came out. That was my last time I actually played NBA Live, like really like religiously, and not
with friends, right? Yeah.
It was '04 because I was in Korea back then. And then I played that game religiously, dude. NBA Live 2004. And then bam, here comes 2K. And I did the switch over because on base, it was actually cheaper because it was no tax. So I got it for like $18 for the.
Yeah. So I think like after that, that's when everybody just like, okay, because it was pretty much like, are you a live guy or are you a 2K guy?
Yeah.
After Dreamcast folded already, dude, 2K was just like, you know what? Screw it. We're going $20. And what they did was put themselves in every household. And yeah, pretty much like they haven't looked back since. I don't think NBA Live ever recovered from that.
No, NBA Live has never recovered from that. They had a lot of great attempts, but never actually had recovered from that because everyone got too used to the smoothness and fluid gameplay of the 2K series. You know, and I think the options that 2K give you is create a player, create a franchise. Those extras really stepped up and became the basketball signature series.
Well, it was just fluid. It was the most fluid gameplay. Like it was like it felt like playing real basketball. So that's pretty much So we're in the 2K era. My favorite 2K sports game, or my favorite PS2 sports game.
PS2 Fight Night series.
Fight Night.
Is round 3 your favorite one?
Round 3 is my favorite one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think round 2 was mine. And which was the Oscar De La Hoya one?
That might have been round 2. Was it Manny on the cover one of these two?
Like the final round. Was it final? Was it
final? Yeah.
Something like Manny wasn't the last cover, I think.
I got it on Xbox too, though.
Manny Pacquiao was the last one. Hey, so speaking of Xbox for me, Angelo. I mean, I know it's the Philippines, but was synonymous for being more of the Madden players for Xbox for football. So I think that
because they bought out the license already, man.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't play an official NFL game that wasn't Madden.
Yeah.
Of course they got it. Yeah.
So it was pretty fun. What's up? What you got?
Yeah. Oh, NBA 2K6. I'm on this game. Just wanted to plug myself again.
That's when we found San Jose, no? We found out San Jose?
I'm on this game, guys. I'm on this game. And then the continuation of I don't know like if this is a real thing of virtual tennis, but I think it's from the same developers, was Top Spin.
Ah, yes, Top Spin.
Top Spin is tight, dude.
Circuit better off and shit.
Yeah, pretty much better, pretty much the same as virtual tennis. Hey, when was that era the NBA 2K turned into ESPN basketball? Remember, there was a brief era where they were branded as ESPN basketball.
I'm thinking it was like maybe it has to be 07 through maybe no, it has to be like 06 to 09 maybe.
Yeah, no, 06 doesn't have the ESPN. It might have been the 2005 one then.
Yeah.
I remember it was branded as ESPN basketball for a little bit. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and so for the sports games, like what's your all-time favorite for you? I mean, like if you had to bring one to the grave right now, which one you taking? One sports game, retro or no retro?
One sports game.
It'll be tough for me too.
It's tough. I gotta think about this. One sports. Man, I think I gotta go with Fight Night, dude.
Fight Night.
I still play Fight Night. I still beat Fight Night like once a year. Like Fight Night's one of my favorite games.
Yeah.
I like the mechanic.
I think I'm gonna have to take the one I'm taking to the grave. Will probably be it would probably be NBA Live 95 on Super Nintendo.
Live 95, still the best, man.
Yeah, for me playing a retro game, I think I could really just easily, the one because you can input characters too, so it was pretty cool. I don't know, I like that game a lot as far as taking it to the graves, with me for as a retro. You know what I mean?
But you also said you like NBA 2K17. Like, why you like 17 out of all of those?
Because it's not retro, right? Because 2017 has a soundtrack. It was like my first PS4 game, right? There's a lot of nostalgia to it. It was a great year in NBA basketball.
What had a great soundtrack? NBA 2K6.
The plugging in, right? But NBA 2K17 was one of my favorite basketballs of all time because it had the My Park, right? You could play one-on-one basketball with somebody else, You know, so all the extras you could do, create a player, your story mode. It's like a movie. You know, oh man.
So that's the one where you got. I mean, yeah, that's the one where they started playing like, and you could do like internet online play on the playground, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
that really changed the game and everything, right? So that's like, you know, I think that's fundamentally like, you know, modern day history. NBA 2K17 was one of the standouts of all
So
time.
Ulan, thank you.
Ulan's
Ina
in the house.
Murata.
What's up?
All right, all right. So also on your list of favorite games,
Yeah.
actually, yeah, it's right there on your list, dude. I just picked it up for the first time and I'm starting to like it. One
What's
of my
that?
favorite. Damn, NBA
Oh.
Street.
No, hey, I might take NBA Street with me, man. I might
This is on the GameCube. Guys, GameCube was so underestimated. I mean, they had a booty ass game like this. Like this was kind of whack.
Oh,
But, you know, I know it hurts James. I know it hurts. I know the cover hurts James because
yeah, at that time, yeah.
this is the year. This is the year. Right? Start.
Oh.
That's the year. That's the year that that's the year Kobe took out the Kings.
Yeah.
But yeah, but let's R.I.P. Kobe. That's right, R.I.P. Kobe. But yeah, but NBA Street, man, this game was dope. I can't believe I slept on this game, dude.
Yeah, so when NBA Street came out PlayStation 2, and while you're in college years, Angelo, I don't want to date you, right? But then when that game came out, right, it was awesome because it had you know, they really infused hip hop into the whole soundtrack for NBA Streets. They used early mid 90s rap to the modern rap of 2000. Well, I forgot the year 2002 or 2003 when it first came out with NBA Street. And that all the street ball moves, and it was a very fluid game. It was very exciting, very fast, and I loved playing NBA Street. I loved it. I used to all those people at UC Santa Barbara. I used to hustle for money out there. That was a gambling game for sure. It took like 60 minutes. You gamble your dub sack real quick, $20. It was on and cracking, boy. I loved it.
Yeah. So once this lockdown's over, I'm gonna beef up on some NBA Street, and we're gonna play. I think is this the last one that came out? The B3
Volume 3 with Baron Davis. Yep.
Yeah. So this is the one. Baron Davis needs to go on my favorite list. By the way, I'm doing that top 10 NBA list.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. The Nintendo GameCube one even got Mario on it.
Oh, sick. Was that EA Sports?
Let me see. No, EA Sports Big. EA Sports
Oh,
Big.
that's throwback. That's a vintage because they quit doing EA Sports Big, bro.
Ah, man. No, okay. Before we get off, let's get some shout outs to some sports games, but not counted as sports games.
Okay.
Really, like shout out to the Tony Hawk series.
Oh, Tony Hawk series. Hey, Olympics is a sport. Hey, skateboarding is a sport in the Olympics, so you know Tony Hawk for sure. Tony Hawk, I got you. Okay.
Did you hear about the new remake they got coming out on PS4?
Yeah, they're mastering it and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they're remaking Tony Hawk 1 and 2. I can't wait for that one to come out. That's gonna be tight.
Okay, you know Tony Hawk. Hey, shout out to freaking Deer Hunter series. What's up, Deer Hunter? What's up, Deer Hunter? That's a sport.
What was the one? What was the one on? What was the one that was on what you call it? On Dreamcast? Bass Hunter.
Bass Hunter by Bass Pro Fishing. Bass Hunter by Bass Pro Fishing. Yup.
All right. Okay. So since we're in this era, like we're still in the Xbox, PS2, GameCube era. The next one that started coming out, but the one game that revolutionized video game sports. Do you know what it is?
In that era, in the Xbox, PS2 era,
coming right out of it, it was one game that revolutionized sports.
Give me a hint.
Sports.
Give me a hint.
I'll just show it to you, man.
Let me see what's up.
Ready?
Yeah.
Wii Sports. Were you into Wii Sports at all, yo?
Of course I was into bowling. You know what I'm saying? The tennis was awesome.
Golf was tight, dude.
Golf was awesome. I mean, that was when I actually had my first big flat screen TV too, right? So that was pretty cool to have, right? You know, the Wii. And then Wii Sports really, I went to many Wii parties where I actually, played the Wii Sports in front of many people in the backyard. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so Wii Sports is tight. And then We Play was another one they had like
Oh yeah. A little more,
they had like
games.
pool,
Ping pong.
pool and ping pong. Yeah, but man, I gotta go set up the Wii. The only thing that sucks is like setting up the Wii is a pain in the ass. You have to like set up the sensors and like.
Hey, let's throw back to the old. I don't know if you remember this. Back in Santa Barbara, we Mark Peruccio brought it out one time, right? So in order for Wii Sports to happen, you already know the Power Pad and Nintendo Entertainment System had to come out first.
Oh,
and we played track and field.
Yeah, track and field was tight, dude. But you know what's the most expensive game, right? Which
one?
Is I forgot it, but hold on. It's what track and field is, but it came out as another game first. Hold on. Let me track and field.
What game was that?
Most expensive NES game. Okay. So it was a game called Stadium Events.
Oh.
Yeah. So Stadium Events was basically track and field when it came out first, but Nintendo wanted to buy it because they wanted to re-release it as track and field. So it only had like a few copies that made it and survived. So Stadium Events
wow.
one of the most highest sought after games for collectors, which is a sports game, which is kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Like sports games. Stadium Events, a beat up stadium events will run you around $8,000. But like a brand new one, like a brand new one sealed, would cost as much as $35,000.
Ooh, whoa! What's up, Jello? Cristobal in the house.
Hey, what's up, Jello? How you doing? We're talking video game sports here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a crazy amount. $35,000 for a Nintendo game. That's nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna post a couple of stories, but there's been like a couple of people that have found them and like were like tripping out of how much they were worth. They found them like at a Goodwill randomly.
Yeah.
So like yeah. So if you do have a Nintendo collection and you happen to have track and fields, but it's called Stadium Events, be sure to collect that one, and you can get some nice money for that one.
For sure. What's up, Reddy? How you doing?
Yeah. So what's up, Reddy? How's it going? So that's actually the most expensive Nintendo collectible.
And it was a sports
game.
And that's probably much it. That's probably it, because everything else is cheap as hell for sports games in the retro scene. I can't believe that's the most expensive is a sports game though. That's pretty silver lining right there, and everything else is cheap for sports games. That's crazy.
Oh no, there's another one that's like super expensive. On the GameCube, it was NCAA 2003.
EA Sports NCAA.
Yeah, because it was like, hold on, why is that one expensive? Hold on, NCAA 2003 GameCube.
So the NCAA series, for the viewers watching, is the college series that the EA Sports tried to come out with for a few years, and was never a big hit compared to their college football series. But NCAA for the basketball series was actually a game that never took off. So I'm really surprised that it's going to cost a lot for that game right there. What's up, Triskelion Jones from the Powerhouse team? We have Cams in the house, Reti in the house, Machiko Sarayando, and my favorite small-sized one, but she's very fun-sized, Sheila Ganda in the house. What's up, Sheila Ganda?
Is Michiko up in the stream? What's up, Michiko?
Michiko's up in the stream too. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Here it is. The game most rare GameCube games. Okay, they got this Go Hyper Grind. Never heard of. Fire Emblem. I know.
Yeah.
Fantasy Star. I know. There it is. It's NCAA College Basketball 2003. Will run you $342.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah. Hold on. Considering the fact there's so many sports games.
Gingerbreads. What's up?
Hold on, but some of these officially licensed sports games can get super expensive. Was released. This game was unique because it was the franchise used the title College Hoops instead of College Basketball. So if you find one that says So if you find one that says College Basketball, it's you got one of the rare ones. College Hoops is like the normal one.
That's crazy.
There's some pretty pricey sports games out there. You know which one should be really really pricey though?
Which one?
This one. NBA 2K6. Great soundtrack. Best soundtrack out of any NBA 2K.
Yeah, what's up, Miso? What's up, Tristan? So, if you guys, if for everyone joining in right now, the NBA 2000 2K6 game is claimed by Angelo as one of the best sports games with the best soundtracks as well. Cause he's in it. That's why he's in the soundtrack.
I have a song in the soundtrack.
Crazy times.
So that's my favorite. That's my favorite NBA 2K soundtrack was that one. Let me see where we're pulling up. Okay, 717. Okay, so we're not going to get into the 360 because that kind of brings us to the current gen of games. So pretty much I usually go up to the Wii. That's like my collectibles era.
Yeah.
What else is out there, man? What other weird sports genres have you tried playing? Like, you ever played like this shit right? Or this game right here, Wave Racer?
Yeah, of course I played Wave Racer. But remember that, let's try to be kind of funny here. I remember, is it PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 3? Or it's either P1 to P3, Angelo. A volleyball game with Asian girls for some reason. I just remember that.
Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive. that was Xbox. I mean, they're still making it now. Dead or Alive beach volleyball.
Yeah.
What did homeboy say? Kasi maganda, malaking suso.
So you're here first, Dan. So we're picking out all the craziest games all around the world and around different eras. And Dead or Alive has been one of those games that's really, really very unique in a lot of people's hearts. You know what I'm saying? So it's out there.
You know what we didn't give any love to is any of the soccer games, man. Like Pro Evo.
Shout to FIFA, of course. The FIFA series been.
Yeah, FIFA was hella tight on PS1. I remember that. I like the FIFA game PS1.
Yeah. And then what's the other one too? Like the internationally outside of EA Sports, the PES, or there's another
Pro Evolution Soccer. That's called Pro Evo.
PES soccer is always. If you don't know Filipinos, that's football. Filipino football. Yeah.
Okay, let's go hit up the arcade. Do you remember Run and Gun in the arcade? Run and Gun.
Was it Konami?
Yes, Konami. Yeah.
Dude,
Run and Gun was high.
Dude, because it was a bigger one with the two right here and two right there, and the corners.
No, but it had that view. It had that view where it was like you're walking. Right? It had that view where you're like the point. It had that point guard view.
And then also in that arcade series for Run and Gun, right? If you play in the arcade, it's one of the first arcade for me was the loudness and it had a little vibration when you dunk the ball. It brought that hype when you're playing Run and Gun. So I used to love playing Run and Gun, dude.
Run and Gun was a great arcade port. I'm trying to remember if they ever had a good port to any of this. Like maybe PS2 or PS1. That was a PS1 era game, right?
It was a PS1. I believe Run and Gun did come out, and I did rent it from the old school Hollywood Video or Ultimate Video. I remember renting it from there before.
Yeah, man. What else? What else were some dope series? Like there was NBA Shootout that was pretty dope. I remember.
Then of course NBA Jam in the arcade was awesome.
NBA Jam was tight.
There was football games really never, or soccer games too. Football and soccer games really never came out good in the arcade series. So I think like basketball came out really good, and all the racing games too. What's up, Joey?
Yo, what's up, Joey? But favorite arcade, I guess, sports game would be Daytona USA, man. Daytona. Okay, guys, I'm an SPG. I bullshit you not, dude. I could beat that game on expert.
Which one, Daytona?
Yeah, in the arcade.
Oh shoot, for reals?
Yeah, I could beat it on expert on there. Yeah.
Is that the one you played all the time?
Yeah, because I had to go to Vegas, right? And that's the one I knew, like, so there's a trick, right? Because most people only play like the first track, which is like the oval, right?
Yeah.
But so I mean that one's kind of hella boring because you only have one turn where you have to power slide.
Yeah.
But when you start getting into like the intermediate and the advanced and expert tracks, that one's dope because the trick that people don't know is you never take your foot off the gas, and how you initiate slides is you do it through the shifter. So you downshift, and then when you get to like the crazy slides, it's like you downshift, and you can do like incremental slides by going gear 1, gear 2, gear 1, gear 2, gear 1, gear 2. But it's kind of cool. Yeah. Like you're controlling it, but you're controlling your rubber burnout through the clutch or through the yeah. Yeah, so like once I learned how to do that, like everyone thought I was a wizard because like
Was that
I remember
Sega?
like
That was Sega, right? Daytona? That was Sega.
Sega, yeah.
Sure.
They came out with Formula One first.
Yeah.
Formula One, and then they came out with Daytona, and Daytona ran it for like years, man. I remember Daytona was hot for like a decade, dude. Yeah. Yo, what's up, guys? So this is usually the time where I ask co-hosters if anybody wants to talk, but I think we lost everybody because nobody likes sports games.
Yeah, it's Serena. What's up? It's Serena in the house. What's up, Particles?
What's up, Serena? So anybody, guys, list your favorite sports games in the comment box.
Whatever video games you guys play with sports, any sports involved.
Yes, any sports games. Let me see. Hi, Sir James. Sharina. Punch Out. There we go.
Oh, wait. Punch Out. First show. Punch Out.
Punch Out. Right there.
Bang,
punch
bang.
Out. Bang, bang.
Bang,
punch
bang.
Out.
Stealing, we got that.
Yes, we got that. For sure. This is a must-have right here. Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Must-have.
For sure.
Did you play it in the arcade, James?
Which one?
Punch Out, where you were like the green guy and you had like the green frame.
It was like a 3D character, right? Like with the lines and shit, right?
Yeah, and then you go like this. Wait. Another dope arcade sports games, 720. And Skate or Die.
Yeah.
Skate or Die, 720. Oh, dude, we're forgetting. I forgot it. TNC Surf. TNC Surf is a great sports game.
Yeah, for sure. Straight.
Yeah. I got that. Hold on, let me pull up. James, talk about. I'm gonna pull up TNC Surf.
TNT Surf and 720 are a surfing game and shout out. What's up, Ray? Pinoco. It's my birthday right now. What's up, amazing Spider-Man? Happy birthday to you, Ray. Happy birthday, and thank you for sharing your birthday with us.
You know what's funny? Because they sell TNC gear out here, right? If you guys don't know TNC, you can buy at SM right now. Like, you know, it was actually a really cool brand in America back in the day.
Yeah.
And I think you guys will recognize TNC Surf right there.
Yeah.
Hey, who here recognizes this brand right here?
Yeah.
I saw them selling this at SM, and I don't think people know how cool this is. Like,
no, that's straight. That's the Ocean Pacific era. That's that, you know, that Maui
bum equipment.
Billabong.
Wow. What else do they have? This is what. I don't know why I didn't pull this out earlier, but this one was dope. They had surfing and skateboarding.
Yeah. That's the ultimate '90s game right there. If you look at it just from cover alone.
Yeah,
that's for sure. We should make retro Kumu design just from that. Let me see that cover again, Angelo.
Yeah.
We should make retro Kumu stuff just based on that cover alone, right there, bro.
Yeah, this is actually perfect. I'm gonna redo my whole life to fit this cover. This is one of the best graphic designs like in the world. Dude.
Yeah, look at that. That's so awesome.
Tight.
That's an art piece right there. That's magnificent.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much like it. That's what I got today. Dude. Is there anything you wanted to highlight, James?
No, that's pretty much. We think about it, Angelo. We covered from even Pong, right? From our Atari all the way.
Shout out Marlon. Yeah. Shout out Marlon.
Shout out to Marlon. What's up? Wow, you have many. Yes, Marlon, join our collection team. Join this program every Friday. Okay.
I mean, you could go even more old school racing games.
What's that? Pole position. Jeez.
Pole position on the Atari, dude.
Wow.
We could go really old. I mean, we started in the NES era because that's the era that me and James grew up on.
Yeah.
But, pole position.
Sega, Super Nintendo, Dreamcast.
We didn't give love to Tecmo Bowl.
Oh, hey, Tecmo Bowl. Shout out to Tecmo Bowl.
Tecmo. Sorry, that's the OG Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, of course we play Tecmo Bowl, and you know that cover right there, and then Super Tecmo Bowl afterwards. But Tecmo Bowl, that cover like football. That was one of those first things when you grew up. That's a football player, yeah, with the unnecessary grass and the helmet and everything. Yeah, that Tecmo Bowl is one of the best football games for originality, and it really taught me the game of football. Of how to play it. Oh, that's offense, that's defense, and stuff like that.
That's that's how I learned to play. Actually, that's how I learned how to play football. Was Madden on the Genesis. It made no sense to me like before. I was watching on TV. Then when I started playing it on the Genesis, I was like, I get it. Then I got into it in real life, and I was like, I had my Ted Bundy moments too.
Yeah. Hey, so with speaking of retro games, Angelo, right, and outside of sports and sports included. I cannot wait for the day. I don't know when. I don't know how. Where Kumu, our app right here, we could play some type of retro variation of these games we're talking about on our app. That'd be so cool, right? Whether it be on Angelo could do it. Well, we have some special testing going on right now with Stream Keys and OBS Stream Keys. You could, so we could watch you play your retro games, like you and Scorpio Boy have been doing the last couple of weeks. But for maybe like a game section where there's an actual game inside Kumu or something like that, that'd be awesome.
Oh, like a Flappy Birds.
Yeah, like a Flappy Birds, but it's something like retro-y, right? Very retro inside the app.
Yeah.
Play on the side.
Let me see. You know what I would do? I would do Joust. Joust, but your guys are heads, but your heads are in the. You guys trying to knock each other out. Yeah, Joust would be tight, dude.
Yeah, and if you're playing 1-on-1, you play against Carlito. If you're not playing against somebody, right?
Yeah. Yo, Jones, are you in a man? Let me follow up. You're a gameplay video creator? Oh.
Yeah, it's Jones. That's what's called. Shout out to Skrillian from Powerhouse right there, man.
Nice. Hey, I need to get you on my show, bro, because I need to talk more retro. I think I'm gonna have Ron Flakes up next. We're gonna talk about some retro games in the.
What's Ron Flakes category? What's he talking about?
Hold on. Is that Ron Flakes? Wait a minute. Let me double check. I'm gonna pull up some people though. Like wait, was that Ron? Yeah, Ron Flakes is part of Usapan
right there, right there. Angelo Truscolian Jones right there. He's a team leader of Powerhouse too, man. So he's a good person.
Okay, yeah. No, that's what we gotta do. Because I want to get the retro, not sports games, but I want to talk about retro, just the old school like Famicom, Super Famicom era of the Philippines, man.
Okay.
Because I know that was big out here, and that's where I'm finding most of the stuff that I have here. I actually found in the Philippines.
I bought when I was younger. When I was in the '90s, I bought Dragon Ball Z Super Famicom, and that was pretty cool. I got a couple of I got a Dragon Ball Z in the box right here, dude. Oh, sick.
I don't know. What you call it? Hey James, what'd you bring for show and tell, dude?
Oh man, I you know me. You've been in my house in San Jose. All my stuff's in San Jose, back in the home. But for show and tell, I didn't bring anything as far as video game. But I only have a Nintendo Switch out here. Angelo
brought with that weak ass jersey.
Yeah, all I got is a weak ass jersey here. Angelo's more of the retro game collector, where I'm very much of a. Here's the thing, though. I have every single. I don't know if you saw in San Jose, Angelo, but I have every single actual EA Sports college football game from Bill Walsh all the way to the ending of 2009 or 2012.
Yeah.
Rather. I have every single college football game that's ever been invented by EA Sports. That's my only collection of video games, right? And it's so cheap.
But what do you play now? So like, I know you got a PS4 at home, but you just bought a Switch. What are you playing now?
Matter of fact, I do have. I started playing Animal Crossing for a week and a half now. I got that.
You on Animal Crossing, bro? Is that where you got your Manila 48 Animal Crossing outfit? James is rocking a Manila 48 Animal Crossing outfit, dude.
Hey, shout out to the homies from Team Manila. They got Team Manila fit too, though.
Tight.
I was like, shout out to Team Manila.
Yo, we got to do the collab soon. Did you see the collab designs? The whole design?
Dog. Talking about
No. But they got all the shirt designs too.
No, I saw the shirts. I'm not gonna say no name. No, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a black version. There's a black version and another version, right? So there's two.
Yeah.
I saw two colors so far. I know that's
there's a whole set of them. There's like 20 designs. Yeah. I'll send it to you. But
I think I saw just the first two only, but I didn't see the rest of the shirts. So, woo!
So Animal Crossing is your jam right now? What else are you playing?
Animal Crossing is my jam, but then I'm really playing, the Tetris on Switch, right? I'm bored as hell, y'all. I'm bored. So I played Tetris against everybody around the world. It's pretty cool. I always get like ranked 50 to 60.
What you gotta try is get the Friday the 13th game. That game is tight on Switch.
Friday the 13th?
Yeah, you could either play as Jason or a counselor, and then you guys hunt each other. But you're playing against the whole world, so it's an online game only.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So you're playing as Jason, you're playing the counselor, and you guys are trying to kill each other. It's pretty tight, dude.
Oh, that's crazy.
Blitz the League.
Oh yeah,
bro.
Yeah, hey, we were talking about that was one of the best and Nintendo 64 sports games right there was NFL Blitz. Yes, yes.
Yes, we love. Yeah, in fact, dude, like once this lockdown is over, I do want to like invite somebody. Like, let's go pick a spot. I'll bring a couple of places out, and then we could like, yeah, man, I want to pull out these. If you got kids, I want to pull it out and have your kids try the games because like a funny experience I did one time was I pulled out all the retro systems and I put them out at my friend's joint, and one of the kids like walked to the TV, started pushing the TV like a phone, and he's like, "Mommy, how come it doesn't move?"
It's all touchscreen.
Yeah, with Super Mario, he was trying to get Super Mario to move, and he was like, "Mommy, how come it doesn't move?"
Hey, I'm gonna end my segment, Angelo, with my own theory of what do you call it? Social development. Okay, so back in the day when I had to play Angelo in NBA Live, I would have to go over his house and play NBA Live 95. Okay. Nowadays, if I need to play Angelo, I am not going to his house. I can play online. So therefore, I used to have when I used to teach, I used to tell students back in the day that you guys. I tell students now that back in the day we were better at being around people because even for video games, it was a whole ordeal. You had to tell your mom that I'm going to Angelo's house to play video games. I'm going to Angelo's house to play against him in Madden. You have to go play against each other in Madden. Madden tournaments were held in a garage with 8 TVs. You know what I'm saying? I used to host video game tournaments.
Oh, yeah. I remember
I used to host video game tournaments in the Air Force, Angelo, with Madden tournaments. So I used to have 8 TVs and, and all the things there. There's no, like, online gaming, right? We're in the military now. They're all in the dorms, in the rooms.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was a social gathering thing. That's why I really love sports games because back in the day, it was a social event for me because people had to wait to get on the sticks. That's why the 21-point rule stuck with us, right? And you saw when you're going to school in Santa Barbara, it was a cultural thing. Right before we party, I'm betting. I used to bet Madden where me and Angelo's friend's house. I used to play Madden and bet money before our parties, right? And that was a social thing, was playing video games at people's houses, not online.
Everybody was betting on
back in the day.
Everybody betted on. I mean, it's not a sport, but it should be considered a sport as well. It was what everybody played.
What's that? Oh, that's a sport, bro.
Now, this is where like the e games got big. Was this game? But before there was e games, you could play online with other people.
Okay, hold on. Okay, and of course, let's go back to 64 for that one. Then, if you're playing about team sports, you already know you're going to 64. Get pulled out, and I know you have it. You have to have it if it's 64.
OG right here, dude.
Yeah, man, you know it.
Right there.
Double pistols.
GoldenEye, dude. It went from like this. It was like this was like the first person shooter.
Yeah.
And then when Halo took it to another level. But this was the original right here.
That's the original 007. Let's go. Golden pistols. But Angelo, I gotta get going too right now, bro. I really love being on your show.
Yo, hey, thanks for being my guest. Jones, I'm gonna hit you up too. I'm gonna get next week's episode lined up. I don't know who the guest is yet, but I'll hit you guys up. I'll let you guys know. But thank you for joining Usapan Retro live every 5 p.m. or might be 6 p.m. now, considering all these changes in these meetings. But we'll be live sometime on Friday, man. See you guys. Shout out to all the boomers. Usapan Retro. See you guys later. Peace.
Boomers. Peace.